This Saturday, December 21st, is Homeless Persons Memorial Day. This annual observance serves as a tribute to those who have lost their lives throughout the year without the basic human right of housing. Back Bay Mission honors this solemn occasion every year through a candlelight vigil. Here to tell us more about this year's ceremony and their continued mission in the communities, Back Bay's Mission Executive Director James Pennington and Development Director Deanna Skermetti. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Good to be here, Jennifer.
Yeah, you guys do so many great things for the community, and this is another way to show tribute to the unsheltered people, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to having it, even though it's on. Normally, it's held on Saturdays,
right?
Or December 21st, which is a Saturday this year. We're holding it on Friday at 5 p.m.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect there. I know there will be candles, a tribute from Biloxi's mayor, right?
Yeah, a tribute from the mayor. We'll have candles, candlelight. We'll have some music. A couple individuals are doing some songs. We'll have some readings, some meditation, silence. We've lost. The count that we have is about 8 individuals that have passed this past year on the streets. And on average, about 20 folks a day pass away on the streets in the United States in general.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty high number.
So,
and that's just kind of a guesstimate, right? Because we oftentimes do not know.
Right, so just 8 here along the coast.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell us about what you guys do, every day for unsheltered people. I know you do clothing drives, you do food, you do so many things for the community that sometimes goes overlooked.
Yeah, our day center, which is our day drop-in center, we don't have an overnight, but our day drop-in center, they can have their clothing washed, they can meet with the case manager, find ways to move forward out of homelessness, get employment, really just have a place to be for 7 hours and get a meal, get a snack, converse, because they definitely have a community.
Absolutely.
Definitely have a community of their own, and they look out for each other, and that's part of what we do too, is we look out for them.
For sure. And with all that work, just to know that 8 people have lost their lives, just this year, what does that feel like for you guys?
Well, it's disheartening because most of these unsheltered deaths are preventable.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the fact behind it, you know, and so that's the most disheartening part of it. And like he mentioned, that they're a community, and so when they lose a piece of their community, it affects us as well. So. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and last year it was really powerful because we had an individual, Patrick, who passed away actually on the bench right underneath the bridge, the I-10 bridge. And so we walked down there, and that was really somber, knowing that somebody died there, lost his life there, some of his possessions were there, and actually he had just been released from the hospital. Because so often individuals get really minimal care, and so it's preventable because they get minimal medical care. Oftentimes they don't have the resources they need, the cold, the heat.
Mental health care.
Mental health care.
Yeah.
And the majority of people actually that pass away, they usually pass away at about 56, 57 years old. Much shorter lifespan for people that live on the streets.
Yeah. Would you say that here on the coast we have a higher percentage of unsheltered people than other places in Mississippi? I know that Jackson probably has a good bit too.
Jackson's number 1, the coast is number 2, third would be Hattiesburg.
Okay.
So, and that's changed significantly. Hattiesburg kind of wasn't on the map a few years ago, but the homeless population has increased.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of folks that come from out of town here because they know it's warm weather. We have services here that sometimes they don't have in other places. So it's definitely different. We have 4 housing programs that we work with people to get them off the streets, but it's not enough to handle.
Yeah.
And we do over 800 people a year through our COC, our Continuum of Care, that we get off the streets, but it's not enough.
Yeah. So I think we're going to have some information come up right now about this tribute day. Anyone from the public invited to come out to this?
Everybody.
Absolutely.
5 p.m. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
5 p.m. Friday at Back Bay Mission.
Okay, great. So how long can they expect to be out there? How long do you think the ceremony will last?
About 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 to 45 minutes. It's beautiful tribute and prayer, like he was saying, all that great stuff.
Yeah.
And really reinforces that we believe housing is a human right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
So.
Well, thank you guys for all that you do. It's very important here in the community.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you for having us.